Hello, good morning. Welcome to content with Daddy Odin. This is actually not this is not actually contenders content. Um, I saw a message saying that Mozart cannot make the content this week, and I felt bad for them. So this is going to be intermediate content. If Mozart makes his content, I'll probably not even post this. Um, because I don't really know most of the teams in intermediate, but let's take our best shot at them. Looks like the first series went 2-1 in favor of J.K. O'Neal versus TBD. J.K. O'Neal had a really good time. Game one, it was pretty one-sided actually. Lifestyle just popped off for them, and the Mars was just getting beautiful ults to get a decisive lead. Kind of surprised. Oh no, I'm not kind of surprised actually. And also, Mozart seems to be he got his puck. If I'm not mistaken, his puck is something that people admire and are scared at the same time. Going into game two, we have TBD who won this game. It went in a similar fashion or type as game one, but a complete opposite story. TBD were the one in control. Really good itemization from TBD this game. Hollow with the CK going that blink dagger just so he can get on the Drow Ranger more easily with the Grimstroke Inkswell as well. If I'm not mistaken, or if you guys don't know, if Grimstroke ults someone and Chaos Knight rips them, they both come to him, and that means they will get stunned with Inkswell, just increasing the efficiency and really good composition of teams as well. But going into game three, J.K. O'Neal, they pulled everything back. They were like, you know what, game two, we made some mistakes. We tried to dodge the lanes, and we picked a draw lineup-ish with a Tide, but I think the Tide is not working for us. That pudding is not doing justice to the Tide, or is not working with our comp. They go back for the Mars and Troll Warlord, and my god, I don't know why the Mars is not getting banned out for Death Pudding. Like Tide and Brewmaster were banned, but the game that TBD won, Tide really didn't do much. It's probably his most played hero, but I don't think Tide is really good in the offlane currently in the meta. The Brewmaster ban does make sense. You don't really have tools to deal with Brewmaster except Roar. But other than that, it's going to get really hard. And also TBD did Grimstroke mid. I feel like Grimstroke mid is really good. It's only good if you have really good late game. And if it goes into late game and it's Troll versus Phantom Assassin, it's usually not that good. As soon as Troll gets his BKB, game feels really hard. Like, as soon as anyone gets BKB, game feels really hard. And Mozart was able to play his puck one more time. They do like picking it in the first phase, except game two for some reason. I don't know. But anytime Mozart seems to be getting his puck, looks like they are winning that game. Next series we have is Grin Fallen versus Does This Game Have Fall Damage? This also went into it 3 games, and the score was 2-1 in favor of Grin Fallen for moving up in the upper bracket. I believe this is upper bracket. I should make sure. Yeah, this is upper bracket. And looks like game 1, Grin, they went for the mid Urge Spirit. Quite the scary one too. Ghost Pepper just loves playing this hero. I've seen a couple of times he played it. I casted some of his games when he played Earth Spirit, and it's just quite beautiful to see him play it. He's usually top of the net worth as well, even in the lanes he lost. So it's always a pleasure to see that. And it's really hard, right? It's really hard to think that there's the Earth Spirit coming at you and it's going to be mid, unless you know that Ghost Pepper loves playing it and it's that flexibility to send it. And they also went for the Raid King, and they just went at a run at you style. The supports of Does This Game Have Fall Damage were also really weak. Like, you pick Nature Prophet and Oracle, you don't really have stuns. Like, if you look at Does This Game Have Fall Damage, their stuns are 2 stuns. And they're very long, long CD stunts actually. You have Monkey's Boundless Strike, I believe is the spell. Yeah, Boundless Strike and Puck's Dream Coil. Other than that, the stuns, like I guess Oracle has a mini stun, which is the root, and Brewmaster needs to split to get his stun as well. I feel like when you have someone like Earth Spirit and Wraith King, you really need to have that lockdown to keep them down to kill them. And I feel like that's what missed for this game. Have fall damage, and that's exactly what they did. They changed in game 2, and they're like, you know what? We want some lockdown. We want some reliable, some low cooldown, and BKB piercing lockdown. And they went for the Tusk, Puck, as well as Axe. Looks like they have that flexibility of playing the Puck in different roles. That's why they're going for first pick. And it's a Polyfied Puck. And yeah, it looks like it was a DP into Dragonite. That matchup does feel very scary to play. Jera actually got a lot of kills on his Grimstroke, but it looks like they were not able to get the win in this game. Oh wait, isn't Jera their offlaner? Oh, it looks like, yeah, okay. It is their, they did do an offlane Grimstroke. I think they were just trying to push heroes in different places. I think they tried to pick Ghost Pepper as Earth Spirit in phase 1 because he did so well even from a lost lane. And I feel like he saw the that profit and it was like, you know what, it's really hard to play it. We need some kind of tower damage. We already have Earth Spirit, Grimstroke, Undying, where's our stuns? So it looks like they went for the Dragonite. I think things didn't really stick for them that game. It was a very even game though. Very even game as per kills. And in game 3, Grin were like, you know what, no more memes. This upper bracket, let's stay in upper bracket. And they go for the offlane OD. And that hero is just annoying to play into. Especially if you're playing Bloodseeker into an OD. It's really hard to play. They essentially made sure they picked all broken heroes. They picked Ricky, they picked the OD, and they just went ahead with that. They had the Clock Snapfire combo as well, the mini capture and I will kill you combo. It's very good. Yeah. I'm actually kind of I'm actually kind of questioning the draft. Or does this game have fall damage? I feel like there's way too many holes in the draft. Like they're very squishy. Their only kind of tank is the axe, and that's the call with the silencer Bloodseeker. That's very time oriented. I do see the why they picked the Bloodseeker. It's for the Ricky because they Grinfallen did first phase Ricky, so that's one way definitely to address it. But I don't know, like picking, they have a really good team fight, I guess, with Bloodseeker Axe, but their damage, they do have a lot of damage issues, especially if they lose a couple of their lanes, and that's exactly what happened. Mid had a hard time and saved the lane and got absolutely destroyed by the OD, and that's they just kept going. Okay, next we will be dropping into the lower bracket. We have Pot of Wrath versus TN Tech Esports Club, and TN Tech or TTU is, I believe, what their acronym is. At least that's what it was in Dota Buff. They won the series, or they won the best of one against Pot of Wrath, and they went ahead to play WSS Satyr, where they finally met the brakes to their run in Season 30 in the Intermediate. WSS Satyr won the series 1-0. But let's first look at the game. Pot of Wrath versus TTU. TTU, they went for easy game. They went for easy logic. They didn't complicate anything. Oh, Pot of Wrath is All My Homies Love Crack. Oh, okay. Looks like they changed their name. I don't know why they changed the name, but it's the lineup of All My Homies Love Crack, who moved from contenders to Intermediate this season, and they went for the first big OD, and OD did win the lane against Windranger, but it's a Windranger, right? It's Windranger Juggernaut, and the game went to 54 minutes. I feel like Pot of Wrath were on timer. Wraith King is very strong at that 25 to 30 minute point where you absolutely need to take it, especially when you have Razor, who didn't really stomp his lane. You really want to just go ahead and take high ground and end the game at that 30-minute mark. You don't want to prolong it anymore for the Juggernaut to get space, because Juggernaut is way too scary. As soon as he has Battle for Your Axe, he does so much damage. Next, we have the TTU versus WSS Satyrs, where TTU unfortunately lost. This was pretty one-sided. Satyrs did come from the upper bracket, so they were showing their might in the lower bracket. And it was absolute slaughterfest, 830 in favor of WSS Satyr. And looks like Dill got his anti-mage and he just went off farming. And looks like also Gambit got his Mirana as well. And everything worked for them. Beastmaster did the tower damage, Zeus did body control, and the anti-mage just farmed and came at the end to end the game. I don't even think he participated in any of these fights that much. He just existed in this game as a late game assurance for them. Next in the lower bracket, we have the Mochi versus Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed, also the team who went from contenders to... Oh, I got the wrong game. Who went from contenders to intermediate. I think they had an okay season. I have not been following them, so I really don't know if it went good for them or not. But Pot of Greed, they go for the Earth Spirit. I love the hero Earth Spirit. I think he's in a really good place. Yeah, I mean, Juggernaut strikes again, and I mean, offlane OD was so strong. Like, you can pick this hero so early on, and I feel like this hero is just at the point of where it's broken in offlane. I felt that ranged heroes, especially like Drow, might have an easier time, but looks like I was wrong. They went for a Undying OD lineup. That's so brutal. You throw a Tombstone and Drow is essentially dead after you do like 2 decay stacks. And that's exactly the problem Pot of Greed went. And they just snowballed at that point. They had a Viper, they had an OD who had a brilliant game. And they had Juggernaut as their safety net at the end. And the game ended 39-11 in favor of Team Mochi. Team Mochi on that same day, I believe. I don't know if they played it on different days. Looks like they did not. They played it right after each other. They played Juggernaut, who actually came from the upper bracket. Team Mochi, they are the Cinderella story, I guess, in the lower division. And they take away the Juggernauts who have fallen from the upper bracket. It was actually quite a slaughterfest. Han keeps popping off in his off lane. Even 11-0-30 on his Underlord. Mid Bat Rider just popping off as well. Unfortunately, they did pick a Zeus, and it got Bat Rider at the end. I feel like they picked the Zeus so that they can ban a couple of Zeus counters and still go for that Terrorblade. And it just didn't work for them, especially when you have a Bat Rider and Underlord. It's really hard to play Terrorblade too. So kind of surprised why they picked it. I feel like they picked it because when it goes in late game, it doesn't really matter for the Terrorblade, because as soon as he pops that BKB, he can just pound them. Like, BKB Lincoln's is where timing lies. And he didn't make it to there, but his teammates did not really compliment that. They had a Timbersaw who did make space but falls off later on. And they had a Slark as well, so Slark versus Terrorblade. It's kind of hard. You go into your Shadow Dance and you can kill the Terrorblade. You take his agility, he doesn't have much armor in these long prolonged fights. But congrats to Mochi to beating an upper division, the Juggernauts. They are going to be going in playing, does the game have fall damage? One more team from the upper bracket, and WSS Satyr, they will be playing TBD. This is going to be a rematch. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the game. I saw some pictures in all chat, or all chat pictures in Discord. I'm not sure if this was the game, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be an exciting game for anyone casting it. I'm not going to do any predictions because I don't know most of these teams. I just want to do some analysis. So the team, the teams, they feel like someone talked about them, and information is spread so they can plan about these heroes and stuff like that. Hopefully I did a good job. If not, I'm sorry. And hopefully Mozart is going to take care of you guys next week. That's all for today. Daddy Odin out.